We are playing Mary-Kate and Ashley Sweet 16 Licensed to Drive. I want to go over the IGN articles about this game when it came out are something that I feel more people should know about because it's truly, truly breathtaking what with the carry-on that goes on. So, I remember when I was in GameStop and I saw this game for the first time. I think I was like starting doing my video game reviews on YouTube, and so I found this in the pre-owned section, and so I googled the game to see what people said about it online, and I stumbled upon the IGN review of it. And what I read shook me. Let's read what IGN initially said about Mary-Kate and Ashley. So here we go. Bear in mind, Mary-Kate and Ashley are turning 16. From Full House to Full Blouse, we've watched as the Mary-Kate and Ashley twins have grown up. We have, in fact, often counted the days, marked off the hours, and sadistically smiled with each of their birthdays, privately praying for them to turn 18 years of age. Oh, or we think that's what everyone has done. We certainly have. Sir? It does get worse. This is a waterfall. We're on the way down, and it only gets worse. We will end up beside Satan in the depths of hell, but we're still we can still breathe air. It continues. The title is more or less a party game complete with porny graphics. A term that basically means not terribly detailed. I love that he gets snidey in the review as well. Players take control of the girls through various pants-wetting scenarios. So yeah, I meant to say, by the way, this picture here, I don't know if you can see it, so it's a picture of the cars being washed. The caption says, "Wet t-shirt contest? No. Get your mind out of the gutter. It's a car wash. These girls are 16! You can't spell molesting young girls without IGN, am I right?" This does get really fucking dark. Stay with me. Imagine your delight, here we go, when you manipulate Mary-Kate through a series of rock climbing events, sweat glistening to her neatly developing body, and sometimes we get a little carried away with our fantasies. They're 16, you fuck! But indeed, there's plenty to fantasize about! IGN! Oh, here's another little picture. So I think they're washing a car here. Can Mary-Kate and Ashley bikini car wash be far behind? As we noted, unlike the actual twins, the graphics aren't the prettiest we've ever seen. Gosh, like, why? Why write this? Why even think it? Whatever about thinking it, imagine, like, sitting down typing it. So, you might be thinking, okay, it was 2002, like, maybe things are a bit different, and it's one crazy maniac, and it wasn't even really the, like, real IGN staff. I guess because it was IGN Unplugged, like, you don't know if there were staff members or if there were people who were allowed to contribute. Let's scroll up. By Chris Roper of IGN, who is actually quite prolific. He got fired, I think, from IGN, and it was a very public thing. People were quite shocked because he was a big name at IGN at the time. So Chris Roper writes, on June 13th of 2002, Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen turned 16. That makes it less than 2 years until the former Full House stars will finally turn 18, which means they'll be of legal age to vote. So this review kind of starts a little bit more innocuous, but it gets it's like it's a slow little indoctrination. It's like it'll slowly drop little breadcrumbs of pedophilia. But once you get to the end, I promise you, we're in for some we're in for some uncomfortable reading. And also, by the way, I do have this loaded up. I just want to remind everybody of what the Olsen twins looked like at this time. This is 2002. So this is a film that came out in 2002 called When in Rome. It looks like a big load of fucking shit. But look, they are children.
Welcome to Roma.
Roma. So much to do, so much to see. Michelangelo.
Look at this.
This is a great opportunity for us to...
They are kids.
Do you think they'll let us work?
That is a child.
Fashion shoot.
You will spend the summer working in our mailroom.
And Agent 47 suddenly is in this film. IGN is writing about these women in wet fucking t-shirt contests. It's crazy. This review, like I said, it's not as immediately surface level trying to get into the girls' knickers, but it just goes crazy. So here we go. This is just so if the house is empty and you're in the mood, you can have some single player fun that only requires your joystick. It's to the point where if you read this completely blind for the first time and you read that line about it only requires your joystick, you'd be like, okay, that's weird. I've never heard anyone in the games industry refer to a controller as a joystick since 1986. But okay, maybe it's just a weird little term. And because the next paragraph is fine. It doesn't really say anything. And then we continue. If you're unable to play with the teenagers for long periods of time, and you're only really able to last a few minutes like some unfortunate people... Since the game is based around many smaller games, there should be something in or on the box that everyone can enjoy in one way or another. Everyone prepare yourself. This one is one of the worst sentences I have ever read in my entire fucking life. Get ready. The controls for most of the games are pretty simplistic, blah, blah, blah. Some games have some basic control that only one hand is required to play them. So your other hand can be free to do whatever you want with it, like hold your soda or beverage of choice. The game where you run around and try to touch the other teenage girls, sometimes called tag, is one example of the single-handed controlled games. These girls look like this!
Italian boys. So adorable. I can't do that.
Go for it.
They're children! It's a tiny little child! Convenient, we say. Most of action-oriented games respond well, blah blah blah. Many of the other games are simple button pressing games, so as long as nothing sticky or wet has been spilled onto the controller, and there's no reason it should, then these work fine as well. IGN, what the fuck? It's not even funny. It's like, it's not even if these girls, like, if they were talking about, like, women who are in their, like, 30s, like, if Monica Bellucci in Enter the Matrix, and she was, like, kind of the biggest supermodel in the world, if that review talked like that about her, you'd still be like, what the fuck? Why are you talking like that? But these are two fucking 16-year-olds. It's fucking nuts. While Mary Kate Ashley's Sweet 16 Life Drive was aimed at the young ladies fans for the most part, the game could turn out to be a fun way to pass the time after a few beverages of choice with a couple of friends, or even by yourself on a lonely Saturday night. Call the police on IGN. I don't understand. The adventure mode is a nice way to tie all the mini games together, and the simple controls, blah 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 blah. Again, simple controls respond well. Sometimes even land free for doing. Again, he does it like to repeat a joke. The controls respond well for the most part. Sometimes even leaving a hand free for doing other things, like play with your dog. Mary Kate and Ashley's Sweet 16 License to Drive is such a mind-numbingly intriguing game that the entire PS2 editorial department has decided to chime in with their comments. So without further ado, and this was like, I remember reading this for the first time being like, what the fuck is going on? So now like the whole of IGN is going to come in on this review? What the fuck are they going to say? Other staff members from IGN come on board, right? David Smith writes, thankfully Acclaim has given up the practice of spelling Mary Kate and Ashley as the single E.E. Cummings style. Now, call me crazy, I have never seen that term used before. I don't know if David Smith is also trying to make a fucking joke. But again, it's like, he doesn't like kind of make any really overhanded jokes, whatever, but And he says, like, License Drive, still a mouthful, but a mouthful that looks decent in black and white. Like, I mean, that's kind of it. And interestingly, and this is the most interesting thing, and I tried to go back in the Wayback Machine, but the top of this article says that the entire PS2 editorial department has decided to chime in with their comments. But strangely, David Smith is the only person who is in this review. And curiously, you'll notice back at the top, updated, so posted November 1st, 2002, updated May 20th, 2012. What the fuck did they remove, is what I would love to know. So yeah, that is IGN's coverage of Mary-Kate and Ashley. Don't you love the games industry? They edited exactly, Minty. It's like, that's the fucking craziest thing. It's the fucking most bananas thing. So yeah, I hope you all didn't enjoy, but I hope that was somewhat enlightening. You can't spell smothering teenage girls in your shed and doing stuff to them without IGN.